Good morning students. This is 11th standard botany video class, video 3. In this video, we are going to continue the lesson Plant Kingdom. Dear students, in the previous video class, we have seen classification of algae. This was proposed by F.E. Fritsch. Is the important one mark question. Based on the different types of pigmentation, different types of flagella, storage reserved food material, thallus organization and reproduction. He has classified into 11 classes. Under characteristic feature also we have seen in a comparative study pigments, flagella and reserved food material. And also we have seen 3 important classes under the salient feature, that is Chlorophyceae, named as green algae, different thallus nature, contains chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Pyrenetes are the special organ which are storing the reserved food material in the form of starch and protein. Vegetative reproduction by fragmentation, asexual reproduction by zoospore, eplanospore and achaenids, sexual reproduction by iso, aniso and oogamous. Another one, Phaeophyceae, known as brown algae. They are showing different habitat. The thallus look like in the form of leaf or a frons. Stalk is known as stipe, and the hold fast cell which attach the thallus to the substratum. The pigments are chlorophyll, carotenoid and xanthophyll. A special pigment known as fucoxanthin give the color from olive green to brown. The reserved food material is mannitol and laminarian, starch. They are motile reproductive organs, contains 2 types of flagella. One is tinsel, another one is the whiplash. They are showing oogamous type of sexual reproduction, showing 2 phases, gametic phase and sporophytic phase. So alternation of generation seen in the Phaeophycean algae. Next, Rhodophyceae or red algae. Most probably they are multicellular and macroscopic. Some unicellular form is also present. They are containing the calcium carbonate on the plant surface which forms the coral reef. Contain 2 types of pigments, phycoerythrin and phycocyanin. Asexual reproduction by monospore, tetraspore and neutral spores. Sexual reproduction by oogamous. 2 types of gametes are produced. Male gamete is known as spermatium, produced in the spermatangium. Female sex organs are called oogonium. The male sex organ, spermatium, swims in the water and reaches the oogonium, fuses together to form diploid zygote. The zygote developed into a corpospore due to meiotic cell division, so that plant which are showing 2 phases, gametophytic phase and sporophytic phase. So alternation of generation is seen in the class Rhodophyceae. Up to this only we have seen in the previous video class. Today we are going to see economic importance of algae and the life cycle of 2 green algae. One is Oedogonium, another one is the Chara. Dear students, this is the table column which are showing economic importance of algae. This is the important 2 mark and 3 mark questions. Beneficial activities of algae: chlorella, laminaria, sargassum, alva and enteromorpha, which is used as an food material. Another one, Gracilaria, Gelidiella, Gigatina. These three algae which are used to prepare for the medium in the microbiology laboratory known as agar-agar medium. These three also used to prepare for packing canned food material, cosmetic items, textile paper industry. Another one, Chondrus crispus. It is otherwise known as carrageenan, which is used for preparation of toothpaste, paint and blood coagulant substances. Laminaria and ascospillum, which contains alginate substance used to prepare for ice cream, paints, flame-proof fabrics. Laminaria, sargassum, ascophyllum and fucus used as a food material for animals, that is fodder. Diatom, which forms a siliceous rock under the sea water. That region is known as diatomaceous earth. Water filters, insulation material, reinforcing agent in concrete and rubber. Apart from the formation of diatomaceous earth, these siliceous pustules are used to prepare for water filter, insulation material, reinforcing agent in concrete and rubber. Next one, lithophyllum, chara and fucus used as an fertilizer. Chlorella, which is used to prepare for antibiotic medicine known as chlorellin. Another three algae, Chlorella, Senidesmus, Chlamydomonas, is act as a sewage treatment. They are clearing the sewage water and also they indicate the pollution which is present in the environment. So they are named as pollution indicators. These are all the beneficial activities of algae. Only one harmful activities the alga named Cephalurus virescens, which cause rust disease of coffee plant. That is also red rust of coffee. The coffee seeds are normally brown in color, isn't it? So due to the affection of algae which cause the disease, the entire coffee seeds are modified into red color powdery form. That is said to be red rust of coffee is the harmful activity of algae. So dear students, this table column which contains 2 mark, 3 mark and 1 mark. So kindly put important marks in the table column. So dear students, up to this we have seen general characteristic feature of algae, salient feature of 3 classes and economic importance of algae. Next, we are going to see individual life cycle of 2 algae. One is the Oedogonium, another one is the Chara. Dear students, some more points also given in the do you know paragraph. A productive cultivation in sea. A algae named Capapicus alvarezi, Gracilaria edulis and Gelidiella acerosa are commercially, that is economically grown in the sea for harvesting the chemical substance known as phycocolloids. So these are also a commercial purpose of algae which is cultivated in the sea region for harvesting the chemical substance known as phycocolloids. So these are all the different algae which is used to prepare for phycocolloids and their productivity. Next we are going to see the life cycle of green algae named Oedogonium, class Chlorophyceae, that is green algae, order Oedogoniales, family Oedogoniaceae, genus Oedogonium. So the systematic position of Oedogonium is an important 2 mark question. Then habit and habitat. It is a freshwater alga living in the pond, lake and river and streams. The thallus structure is in the form of filamentous, that is hair-like outgrowth, which is present in the pond, lake and stagnant water. Some of them which are attached to the rocky region. Then some of the Eudogonium species are epiphytic. They are living on the aquatic plants because it is a water-living plant, isn't it? Freshwater. In that freshwater, some plant is also there, aquatic plants. On the surface of the aquatic plants, the Eudogonium is living as an epiphytic. Epiphytic means a plant which lives on the another plant is known as epiphytic. Some Eudogonium species is also living in the ground region, that is terrestrial form, grown in a moist soil. Example, Eudogonium terrestri. The young filament of the Eudogonium are attached, but older ones are free floating. So the young one of a filaments are attached to the bottom of the sea, soil, or it may be freely floating on the water. That is, older ones are freely floating on the water. That is the habit and habitat of Eudogonium. Next, we are going to see the thallus, body structure of the Eudogonium. It is the filamentous structure made up of many cells, that is multicellular, but unbranched, there is no branching. The shape of the cell is cylindrical in shape, except the basal one and apical cell. Basal cell is also different shape, and the tip they are having the cell is known as apical cell. That shape is also different. Other cells are look like similar, that is cylindrical in shape. The basal cell is also colorless, there is no color. It's named as hold fast. With the help of this hold fast cell only, they are attached the thallus to the substratum. The proximal end of the hold fast cell, that means the tip of the hold fast cell, which produce fine thread-like outgrowth or a projection, which helps the Eudogonium thallus or a filament to attach to the substratum. That's why I told you the function of the hold fast cell is to attach the thallus to the substratum by producing a finger-like projections. Then the apical cell is round shaped or elongated in shape. That's why they given, except basal cell and apical cell, other cells are cylindrical in shape. The apical cell is round shape or elongated. Other vegetative cells are cylindrical and made up of with a thick cell wall. The cell wall, inner cell wall is known as cellulose. The outer cell wall is made up of with pectin. And also a thin layer of chitin is also present above the pectin layer. So the cell wall, which consists of three types of chemical substance. Inner wall is made up of cellulose, outer wall is made up of pectin. The outer surface pectin is lined with a thin layer of chitin. Then inner to the cell wall, a plasma membrane is present. The plasma membrane which encloses the region is known as cytoplasm. In that cytoplasm, it contains large vacuole, and the shape of the chloroplast is reticulate. We already seen in the previous video class. Reticulate shape of chloroplast, which extended from one end to the another end of a cell. A prominent single nucleus which is present at the center, and storage reserve food materials, organs, that is spirinoids also present inner side of the cell wall. The distal end, that is far away end of the some cells, contains a ring-like structure or a markings is known as apical caps. Such cells are known as cap cells. The presence of cap cell is a characteristic feature of Oedogonium. So this is the thallus structure of Oedogonium. Dear students, this is the Oedogonium filamentous structure, a single filament of a Oedogonium. See, many cells are lying one above another, so it is multicellular, and also the shape is filamentous shape. See, the vegetative cells are cylindrical in shape, except Holdfast cell. See, Holdfast cells is colorless. There is no colored pigment present in the Holdfast. This tip of the Holdfast only producing fine projections to fix the thallus to the substratum. Then some of the distal end of a cell, far away cell, which are showing the ring-like structure, is known as cap cell. Then at the tip of the Oedogonium cell is also showing the round shaped cell that is known as apical cell. At the tip there are first round that is said to be the apical cell, which is rounded or elongated in shape. See, before the cap they are having the round shape, isn't it? That is said to be the apical cell. Above they are having the another filamentous. Okay. So this is the individual cell structure. The cell wall, which is made up of outer pectin lined by thin layer of chitin. Inner cell wall is made up of cellulose, which is surrounded the plasma membrane. Inner to the plasma membrane, the different reserved food material, which is oval in shape, named as spirinoid. Then the chloroplasts look like in the form of reticulate type or net-like structure. Then the prominent oval-shaped nucleus, which is located towards the periphery or margin. A large vacuole is also present at the center. So due to the vacuole presentation only, the nucleus which is located towards the margin or periphery. So this is a cell enlarged structure. First diagram is the filamentous structure. This is the thallus and the cell wall structure of a Oedogonium. Next we are going to see reproduction in Oedogonium. It shows three modes of reproduction: vegetative, asexual and sexual methods. Vegetative reproduction by fragmentation, because the plant body divided into many cells. Each cell cut into number of pieces due to water current. Each fragment developed into a new individual. And also, during unfavorable condition, one of the cell content which shrinken and produce the thick wall outer side, which forms the akinete. During favorable condition, the akinete developed into a new Oedogonium. There is the two type of vegetative reproduction seen in Oodogonium. Asexual reproduction by the formation of zoospores. During favorable condition, some of the vegetative cell function as a zoosporangia, which produce single zoospore inner side of the zoosporangium. A ring of short flagella is found at the base of the colorless beak-like anterior end of the zoospore. That means a small short flagella which is ring-like shape. At the base it is colorless. A small beak-like beak-like anterior end of the zoospore. This kind of flagellation is known as stephanocont. What is that one? Stephanocont of flagellation. A short ring-like. At the base there is no colorless. Beak-like anterior end of the zoospore. That means the zoospore which are possessing a small beak-like structure. That beak-like structure is, what is that one? Flagella. Look like in the form of short ring which is present at the anterior end of the zoospore. This type of flagellation is known as stephanocont. Once the zoospores are produced, inner side of the zoosporangium, the wall destroys and releases the zoospore in the water. They swims in the water and reaches the suitable substratum, divided into two cells. The lower cell forms the holdfast. The green upper cell divides and produces the filaments. So that is the vegetative reproduction and asexual reproduction in Oodogonium. Dear students, see the diagram. During favorable condition, a zoosporangium which are produce the zoospore. At the anterior end, they are having a small ring-like short flagella which is colorless. This type of flagellation is known as stephanocont. Stephanocont. The second one is the cell structure which are producing the male dwarf. Dwarf means short. Male reproductive organ. A small holdfast with a green color filamentous structure. That is said to be the dwarf male, which is produced in the Oodogonium cell during favorable condition to form a zoospore. Next one, sexual reproduction in Oodogonium. It is oogamous type. That is, both morphologically and physiologically dissimilar gametes are produced and fused together to form a diploid zygote. That is said to be oogamous. The male gametangium is known as antheridium and the female gametangium is called oogonium. Based on the distribution of sex organ, there are two types of sexual organs, namely macroandrous and nonandrous. First one, macroandrous, monoecious. Monoecious means what is that one? Both the sex organs are present in the same filament, isn't it? So Macrandrus monoecious, Antheridia and Oogonia occur on same filament. That is said to be Oodogonium fragile, example of Macrandrus monoecious. Another one, Macrandrus dioecious, Antheridia and Oogonia occur on the separate filament, example Oodogonium crassum. Next one, Nunandrous type of sex organ. Antheridia are produced on the reduced male filaments called dwarf male plant, example Oodogonium concatenatum. So Antheridia are produced in the male filaments called dwarf male plant. So they are showing the sexual variable filament, male plant and the female plant. So that is said to be Nunandrous type. The Antheridia which is produced in the specialized 2 to 4 celled of filamentous called dwarf males. It produced from androspore located in the androsporangium. If the androsporangia and oogonia develop on a same filament, it is called gynandrosporous. That is, different sex organs are present in the produced in the same filament is known as gynandrosporous. If the male and the female sex organs are born in the different filaments, that is androsporangia and oogonia is produced on the different filament, it is called idianandrosporous. Example, Oodogonium conferatum. The Antheridium, which produces multiflagellate anthrozoids, they are released from the transverse splitting of the Antheridium wall. So these antheridiozoids are, that is multiflagellate antheridiozoids are attracted by the chemical substance released by mature oogonium, that is female gamete. A single anthrozoid enter into the oogonium through the opening present in the wall of the oogonium. Male nucleus fuses with the egg to form diploid zygote. After fertilization, zygote separate from the oogonium wall and it secretes a thick wall around it. This diploid zygote undergo meiotic cell division, produce 4 haploid multiflagellate zoospore. The diploid zygote wall ruptures and releases the zoospore. The zoospore germinated and produce haploid filament of Oodogonium. That is the sexual reproduction in Oodogonium. The sexual reproduction of Oodogonium, which are showing 2 types. One is the Macrandrous and Nunandrous. Macrandrous monoecious means Antheridia and oogonia are present on the same filament. Macrandrous dioecious means Antheria and oogonia occur on the separate filament. Another one, Nunandrous species. Antheridia are produced on reduced male filament called dwarf male plant. Another one is the female plant. Antheria are produced in the 2 or 4 celled filament called dwarf male. They are produced androsporangium with the androspore. If the androsporangia and oogonia, that is male gamete and the female gamete, developed on same filament means that is said to be gynandrosporous. If it is born on the different filament means Ediaandrosporous is the important differentiate between. The Antheridium produced a multiflagellate anthrozoites released in the water. They are attracted by the chemical substance produced by oogonium. Single anthrozoid enter into the opening of the oogonium and fuses with the haploid egg, produce diploid zygote. At the time, the oogonium wall ruptures, the zygote produce thick wall around it. After that, the zygote undergo meiotic cell division, produce haploid zoospore with the multiflagellate. The zygote wall ruptures and the multiflagellate zoospore germinated into haploid filamentous of oogonium. That is said to be sexual reproduction in oogonium. This is the diagram which are showing life cycle of oogonium. First one, asexual reproduction taken place by zoospore, which is produced in the special structure known as zoosporangium and germinated into oogonium. Then sexual reproduction is macrondrous, dioecious type. One filament acts as a male, another one is act as a female. Male filament produce antheridium, female produced oogonium. Antheridium contains anthrozoid, oogonium contains egg. Both of them are haploid, fuse together, fertilization occur and produce diploid zygote. The zygote undergo meiotic cell division which produce haploid zoospore. The haploid zoospore germinated into two different filamentous of oogonium. That type is called macrondrous dioecious. Another type is also there, that is nonandrous, monoecious and dioecious. Produce different androsporangia and oogonia on same filament means that is gynandrosporous. Different filament means that is Ediaandrosporous. So that is the life cycle of oogonium. Dear students, I hope have you all understood different mode of reproduction seen in the oogonium. Dear students, this is the diagram which are showing zoospore formation by asexual reproduction. Another one is the macrondrous dioecious condition. That is, one of the filament which are producing the male gamete, that is said to be male dwarf plant. Afterwards, they are producing antheridium with a anthrozoid. Dear students, this is the diagram which are showing 2 to 4 celled structure of filament which are act as the antheridium, which are producing the multiflagellate anthrozoites. The antheriid wall ruptures. The anthrozoites are released in the water and they are swimming in the water due to the attraction of chemical substance produced by oogonium. They are reaches to the oogonium and fuses with the egg to form a diploid zygote. So this is the formation of antheridium and anthrozoid in the filament of the oogonium. Dear students, in this video we have seen systematic position of oogonium, thallus structure and cell enlarged structure of oogonium, different mode of reproduction, vegetative, asexual and sexual mode of reproduction. One of the 4 celled filament act as a male plant, produce anthrozoid. Likewise, Another filament which acts as a female filament produce egg or ova. That condition is known as macroandrous dioecious condition, which shows the sexual mode of reproduction. Another type of sexual reproduction is said to be nonandrous. That is also two type. Both antheridium and antheridium and oogonium produced on the same filament is known as gynandrosporous, and different filament is known as idiandrosporous. Finally, they have produced the new oogonium filament. Dear students, I hope have you all understood life history of oogonium. Remaining, we will see in the next video class. God bless you. All the best, children.